This book is a must-own for any fan of comics in the 80s or 90s that like Marvel, especially Spider-Man. And why? Because the guy that did this had his first panels in this book right here. He doesn't have the cover. He was struggling at the time in 1985, 3 years before this one. But he's in here, and that's Mcfarlane. So what we'll do is I've always wanted this, and it was very hard to find because who bought this book? Who cares about Coyote, right? Not to diss Coyote by any means. I mean, it might be a great book, but I had never heard of it until I found out that Mcfarlane's first art was in this book. And I think I saw an interview with him, and he talked about how his first art technically wasn't this book. It was a different book. I don't know whether it was, I don't remember whether he did 13 before 11 or something like that. But this is the first one that was published, I believe. So, you can see his process and his drawing is quite refined. And in fact, in an interview, I think he said that the reason he did panels the way he did was because he didn't think of himself as being a great artist, and he kind of hid it by doing those panels. But anyways, I disagree. I think it's great art regardless, and I'm very, very happy to have this comic. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I can notice that this book is a little bit higher grade quality as far as the paper stock. So that's kind of cool. So maybe it'll stay in better shape over time because it's a little more solid than other comics that you deal with, So let's go ahead and take a look at the corners. This corner is pretty good. Maybe just the very slightest little bit, and the bottom one is sharp. Let's take a look at the edges. Maybe some minor little dingage right there. I'm not sure, that could be it could be bindery. That actually is a little bindery tear there. Not sure about that. We'll go ahead and count it against us just to be on the safe side. Other edges all look good. We do have this little thing here, which is definitely a color breaking little spot right here. And that's a little disappointing. I don't like to see that. I mean, it definitely, you can see it. I mean, it's definitely there. That's going to ding us. I mean, I think that's going to cap us at like probably 9.4 with that one right there, I would think. I don't think you can get 9.6 or 8. That might even be a 9.2 cap. But let's just say everything else is pretty good. I think that could get us 9.4. It's a little frustrating to see that. I don't know if I saw that when I bought this book. But, it's still a copy of Coyote, and up on a wall it's still going to look pretty darn good. I'm definitely never selling this one unless I get like a better copy of it, 9.8. But I think this is my only copy, so I'm definitely keeping this as of right now once it's slabbed. So we have that little bindery thing going on up here. Another little bindery thing here. Now there's a little bit of, might be wear right there. Not sure what that is. It looks like maybe a color rub or something right there. Not sure if that could be bindery. Probably not. But looking at the spine, these spines, this is a little bit higher stock, a little firmer, so I do see one tick there, but it's in the white spot, so there's no color break. I don't see any other ticks. Maybe a slight one right there, but no color break. So the spine's good, but we do have that one, has a little bit of maybe soiling to it as well, but I think that'll clean up. Except for this right here, I think I don't see anything as far as handling wear or any other damage in the center. Let's flip this puppy over. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of wear here on the bottom. This is definitely got a little bit of soiling to it, I think, but I think that'll clean off. I could probably do it myself, but I'm going to leave that to a professional. The person I use to press also does cleaning, so I'll let him handle it, the pro, rather than me ruining my book here. A little bit of handling wear up on this edge. This corner's dinged slightly, but it's pretty sharp. I think that might press down. It's like a little bend to it almost, rather than a ding. This corner looks good. This edge looks good. Not seeing anything in the middle of it. Let's go ahead and flip open. I think Mcfarlane's first appearance as far as art in this is something like page 20-ish. And in fact, I think it's not even the main story. It's like a second story in here that they just gave him the art on. It's almost like an afterthought in here. Oh yeah, you can definitely see elements of Mcfarlane already right here. Okay, so this is where it begins. You know, Todd McFarlane, this is his first art as far as published in a comic book, I believe. And you can definitely see he's got, it looks like McFarlane. I mean, look at this face over here. But it just doesn't have the refinement to it that it will have in 5 years from now. He comes a long way, although this is actually excellent art. But you can see the paneling here. But this book looks excellent. It's definitely white pages. But yeah, this could be out of a Spawn book, right? But you can see his art definitely is going to get, it's, you can see elements of McFarlane, but you can see where he's actually going to improve quite a bit over the next few years, you know, in my opinion. Probably his opinion as well, I would think. So yeah, I'm not going to do too much with this book more. I can pretty much tell that the inside's not going to hurt us. We'll just go ahead and glance in here. Yeah, looking good here. So yeah, it's almost, I almost wish that I could like get like a reader's copy of this. It's like just trashed on the outside and just tear out the McFarlane pages and publish, you know, and put those on the wall. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that one day. I hate to tear a comic book apart, but if it's already trashed, cover missing or whatever, that would be the only time I would do that. But, you know, because he's not on the front cover here, so, but I still want it on my wall because it's the first McFarlane, right? But based on what I've seen, there's really only got this and this and this going against us. I mean, if I think if it wasn't for this, we'd probably be looking at a good chance at a 9.8, but I think this is going to ding us at least 2 levels. So I think this is like a 9.2 now, and a 9.4 after press and clean. Maybe even 9.0, 9.4. And not going to be disappointed if this like takes us down like crazy to 9.0. You know, I don't really care what the grade is on this one, honestly. I know this book presents really nicely, and I just want it on my wall because it's first McFarlane, right? I'm not like looking to get 9.8 in this, although it would be nice to have the highest grade possible. And maybe down the road I will get that. But, you know, it's not like one of these books that people are going to look at your wall and say, "Ooh, you've got Coyote," because most people won't know, right? I would think. They're not going to be like, look, they're going to just think, you know, laymen or whoever, non-collectors will be like, "What the heck do you have this Harlequin romance stuff going on your wall?" And then you have to explain, you know, what it is. And then, oh, okay. But they won't understand what a 9.0 versus a 9.8 is, right? It's just a good story, and just as a collector, I want the McFarlane stuff, you know. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you don't agree with my assessment of this book. Did you know about this book before I published this video? Is this something you want to get, or do you have it already? Does anybody have a 9.8 in this? You know, so I'd love to hear from you. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.